Hi there, welcome back to art. So today we're going to take a look at Egyptian jewelry. We're going to look at the beautiful colors and patterns and be inspired to make our own. Now, I don't have semi-precious jewels and I don't have real gold, but I do have a gold metallic item that we can work with. And I will show you, if you stay tuned, how to fill it with rich color and pattern, just like the Egyptians did on their jewelry. Stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, for this project you're going to need a piece of metal, a piece of white paper, and I will supply you with both of those. You'll also need a sharp pencil, and then you need a pad. And I folded up newspaper. You could do a magazine. And this pad is not to protect the table. It provides a cushion, because when I draw on this, I am going to push down on the tin, and if it doesn't have a little pillow, it doesn't push down very far. With a little pillow, you'll get a nice deep embossing. So here's what we do to get started. The first thing you're going to do is either look at a drawing guide, go back and look at some of the jewelry at the beginning of the video, maybe take the image of King Tut, and draw a sketch of what you want your piece to look like. Do you want it to go this way or this way? I've done an Eye of Horus earlier, so you don't have to wait for me. And what I'm going to do is attach it here so it doesn't move around. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on it. So I've done the Eye of Horus. I've seen that in jewelry. I've added a little pattern up at the top. So it's on my cushion. And now I'm going to draw. Now, one thing I want to caution you about, the edges of this metal are very sharp. When I hold it, I'm not holding it along the edge. I am holding it like this. And many of you, if you're a floodbook student, have used this before. As I always say, would you open up a pair of scissors and run your hand along the edge? Of course not. It's the same with this. Hold it like this. Don't rub it along the edge or you'll get the world's worst paper cut. So I've got my image on there. It's not going to move around. I take my sharp pencil and really press down as hard as I can. And if you want to draw it directly on the tin, you can, but I found when I did, I made a big mess up and I wasn't happy with it. So I decided to sketch mine first, and then this method, I'm sort of tracing it onto the metal. Remember, you really want to press down hard, because if you don't, you won't be able to see your image embossed into the tin. Now, I've lost track of where I've drawn it. So what I can do is just, because I hinged it, I can just look like that and see. I need to do this line. Oops, hope I've got it in the right spot. I think I'm going to do those after I pick up my paper. I think it'll just be easier. And what I found when I did my other one with the bird is I started off with one and then I added lots of detail later. So as you can see, when I take this off, I can see that embedded. And that's what you're going to do today, is you're going to make sure that looks good. You're going to go back over now, because it's not as deep as it should be. Go back over your designs, really pushing down so that it really pops. Now, when that's done, we are going to color them with Sharpie markers. And if you have Sharpie markers at home, you can go ahead and do it. You can't do it with regular water-based markers, because you know what happens? When you rub it, the color rubs right off. So if you bring your drawing carefully to school, put it back in its little envelope, you will be able to color it when you get to school. Or you might just say, oh, I think it looks nice just how it is. Okay? So when you color, you're going to get out your Sharpies and take your time to do a nice job. I found it really worked nicely because I did mine in 2 sessions. I looked at it, did it, I wasn't super happy with it. I left. When I came back, I had lots of ideas. So you're going to go over it with Sharpie, add color, add pattern. Take your time to do a nice job. And hopefully you'll go slow. So I hope you saw in that video that was on fast forward that it took me a couple of tries to get it right. I found out in both of these pieces when I first started coloring, I wasn't happy with it because the marker wasn't showing up well. Sometimes it takes a second coat, or maybe it wasn't a great marker. But I found in these, when I went over them a second time, even with a different color, like I had one with the green and then the blue over the top, it made the color much richer, and by adding the black outline, I was much happier with my work. So take your time. Don't give up when you first color and it looks all scratchy. Go over it again, try a different marker, and it will turn out great. Now, if you want, when you're all done, you can get a hole punch, make a hole, not too close to the edge though, because if it's too close to the edge, it'll rip out. And if you want, you can have a piece of silver string to go through it. Have fun, and remember, don't forget to send me a picture of your work. I can't wait to see it.